Solanke to support. Simons is the one. He's getting the ball to him.
Second goal.
Almost offside. I see running at the offside. Yeah.
That's for nothing. Pretty early.
See?
That one. The first one.
Still.
Yeah, that's the offside.
But just straight offside.
When you let the case and kill after a game, after it will come back to them. Yeah.
Game to play at Old Trafford. Well, the atmosphere's been curious actually since half-time, almost as if there's a collective assumption being made that Manchester United will see this through. Yeah, it has been quiet. It was quiet before half-time, wasn't it? It was almost like, let's get to half-time, we're not going to lose this game. But as we talked about the set pieces and free kicks, Tottenham can just use their big guys in those moments.
Of course.
Imagination, get back in this.
Just talk. After the talk, after the barber, he don't talk more than talk too much.
This week it would fall into the same category. Someone can't take that, but she can. Instead before Bruno Fernandes. Simons shows up. Taking on Ahmad, doing extremely well. Teenage Dennison's defeating Solanke by Teenage first. I don't see that as a yellow card. He wasn't flying in, he wasn't excessive force. He won the ball, he went to ground, yes, but I don't think that's a yellow card at all. I don't think it's a foul. Ahmad is around Sota. Ahmad, Victoria threw out the leg at his near post. And Manchester United get a corner. Yeah, he had to. Ahmad might be in trouble. The new lad coming on, really inexperienced. He does well to get back. Victoria does well to just cover that near post like he should. Thomas Frank was booked for his protest when Paulinho was yellow carded. Almost corner, Bruno Fernandes, seen by Gallagher towards Casemiro.
Huh?
Fernandes, Saab, incidentally, seeing United try another elaborate corner there. I'll return to that, but here's Gallagher.
What's up, boy? What's up, boy? What's up, boy? What's up, boy? What's up, boy?
They can't score over. This is the never score.
What is it?
I'm telling you.
You serious?
I'm telling you.
That first corner from which Manchester United scored, we learnt at half-time from a Michael Carrick interview was apparently the invention of Johnny Evans. start.
It's a good, it's a good, it's a good.
Long throw. Sebo didn't meet him. Van der Ven attempted to meet him.
If the score was, he couldn't score back again.
Manchester United
That's
playing with
not easy.
they're still only 1-0 up. It's like the last 20 minutes.
But even though they have to, they can't score.
English was sliding down that steep slope. Down to play. And, has just about dragged himself back onto the field now. Casemiro. Martinez, Casemiro, Rajagashim. Have you made it? Casemiro, and went for the return. Thomas Frank. Some little back heels going on here. This one was a little bit telegraphed, but it nearly worked. Sure, Thomas Frank, you say, what did we do last week? Came back, we were down, we were not out. Saying that at half time, it's one of the runs. He's got a free kick, and this, I tell you, set pieces. 1-0, this isn't over. United are making a change. Cunha withdrawn. Shevko scored last weekend with that dramatic 3-2 winner against Fulham. He's replacing it. I was always told never make a substitution when you're defending a corner or a free kick. Shevko, given his features, just might be a slightly more efficient, useful defender than Cunha in this circumstance. Yeah, it's about concentration, about resetting the balance of where you go in and coming on new player in defensive areas. It's not about fighting inches, but let's find out. By Simons, up by Lisandro Martinez, hurriedly forward by Bruno Fernandes. What a pass that very nearly was. Sosa got there ahead of Ahmad. Simons. Sarr. Seems to be on him. Simons. Sarr. Simons, he can keep it in. Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Rajagashim. There's a lot of activity on the Tottenham Hotspur bench now. I'm hearing word of an upcoming treble change.
What good is good? I'm good to be adjusted from here. Let me see. The back is a little bit okay, but I guess
An energy thing as much as tactical because a lot of work in the Tottenham players with down to 10 men, so
that's a very good one. That's a very good. That's like a good one. But it's really going to keep it up, isn't it?
sure. Maybe.
Or starts to do very now.
Mbomo.
Do very now.
To the strengthen it by Pat Sharp.
See,
Three ready to come on. Yves Bissouma, Matisse Tell, and Randall Kolo Muani.
Normally, it fed too high. It's also fading low like that.
Not before this Manchester United corner.
You know the basic work, because you don't come from the top. That means you know the good idea. Now that be the good before I long time before I.
This out by Sosa.
Top no, that is problem.
Might be going through Dallo.
I'm not talking like a woman.
Fernandez. Ahmad. Cunha rain has grown heavier. Shaw. Casemiro. This could open up for Fernandez. Swung away by Vicario.
No, that's it. Good with his handling there, the two players running in. Good strike.
Tottenham's last two Premier League games, they've come from behind to draw 2-2. Christian Romero's thumping, diving header at Burnley. Before last. Sousa here. It's caught by Shaw.
It's just one of those pushing away right arm.
This
Just
will
caught
chip
it
off
with the chin.
So here they come. Change of centre forward. Solanke is withdrawn. Randall Kolo Muani is a direct alternative. Polinia is another to come off. Bissouma is his natural replacement. And Matisse Tell is on in place of Conor Gallagher. By Casemiro. Bobby Maiden rattled out for Ahmad. Rolled up from Burma. It's Kira van der Ven.
When you go there, you cry. Why you cry? When you turn out, you know bad the way you cry. Because they cry for. Maybe somebody beat her anytime you cry.
Which gives Manchester
I
United.
tell you, they can't do this. Well, next time you go into time, you don't have to go for it.
Sometimes
Why you cry?
you need to run straight over to put the ball in the box.
Because they're crying like
Somebody curler cross right into the danger area. Pace. Chesko for pace. Nearly got on the end of it. Control at the far post.
Arsenal.
For Fernandez. How many times you see him getting in the box in front of the goal? On this occasion, on the left-hand side, just trapping it in, following it in. Superb ball in. And just looks like he's onside. Check complete, not offside. Chesko touches it, probably gets something on it. He just blocks it in with his shin pad. Doesn't have to do anything to it. Just has to make sure he gets something on it. The pace of the cross flies off his shin. And that's game over for Tottenham.
And that just about does for whatever Jesus remained inside Old Trafford. This is going to be 4 in a row.
4 in a row.
This will take Manchester United up to 44 points. Within 2 of Aston Villa. Within 3 indeed of Manchester City, who have to go to Liverpool tomorrow.
That was both top.
Existing properly again, Manchester United. In the company of the big boys.
Both top was left. That one is too down.
Henderson lost it to Sexton. Now, who knows how this game would have panned out if it had been 11v11, because it was a good open game before Romero gets sent off. Manchester United didn't care. They haven't been spectacular.
Mr. Gillan,
Just made it difficult for
Mr. Gillan, I'm thinking about you. I said, long time.
It's just about winning games.
How are you? I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. I'm sure. Everybody I see. All right. I see. No.
Suddenly Old Trafford feels as though it can breathe. There's a lighter atmosphere altogether. Shaw, Tommy Mayhew, Bruno Fernandes. So much to carry away. By Shaw. Eastern today, we have Arsenal against Sunderland on Peacock.
Ça c'est quel salon? Hein? Toi, la mission va t'entendre faire le café, la nuit et tout. Là, t'as la gana, le vidéo, tiens, les autres, les autres, tout. Il faut que tu aies modernisé, bon, mais ça, c'est... Tu vois les enfants, tu viens de les faire.
Infuriating the memory
I was doing good on the but that the much of one time I'm doing. Oh, you know, I'm a cat.
Martinez. Manchester United after this, a trip to West Ham. As mentioned, Michael Carrick has emotional attachment there. They are at Everton some time after that, not involved in the FA Cup. Here's Mazraoui. And there's Mazraoui. To it by Gray, and goal kick is good.
I was just thinking about the United gone by. When you look at Maguire, when he was gone, everyone's gone right. I've seen Casemiro not that long ago. The same thing. And then just the transformation is just unbelievable. Many new contract, 4 years. All of that stuff. It's just a squad of contented, hungry players now from nowhere. Fantastic. Great credit for that.
Oh, what coming up?
Simons. Newcastle, then after the FA Cup break, Arsenal next to come to home games, the rolling crowd, which will be further irked by what they've seen today, though there may be more sympathy for the boss than would normally be the case, as he was from the half-hour mark of the captain. The second Premier League games around with 21. There's the skin into the path of Mazraoui. He can roll off frame. Mazraoui. Stripped away by Sousa. Fernandez. Archer, that's been a goal.
I think Bana kuna kaptego diye.
Oh, of course, loose.
Fernandez, Bruno Fernandez. 1-2 was sweet. The shot.
You know him already. You put it on.
Huh?
I said, you know him already. You put it on.
You can't just look. After this game, we're gonna see.
Huh?
After this game, we'll be here.
Oh, of course.
Now we'll see the game. Oh, nigga.
Tommy Mainoo's had another
This young guy.
very good day in front of the Old Trafford audience.
He was lucky, otherwise, they would have selling. Otherwise, they would have selling.
Given the cable to by his dad when Dad was in charge. Tyler didn't ever get the family nod, but he gets it now. Incredible.
That is very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Really listen. The one I bought from
We'll do
him.
that at times.
That
That bottle you
is standing. This is why you're going to give me. This is going to give me.
How much?
I bring it to you.
Succeed. Ready. Fletcher. Minutes of progressive insurance stoppage time have been.
Who is the player?
Manchester United.
Away territory.
Manchester what?
No.
Okay.
They are working there. They are working there. They are working there.
They're working Tottenham Stadium.
Stadium.
Okay.
A lot of them. And Arsenal Stadium as well.
Mm.
They pay.
Okay.
A lot of money. This is Fabrice. Abuka. It's a Fabrice. Fabrice. I told you Fabrice. He messaged me. He called me.
Yeah. I mean, he wants the ball every single time.
He's gonna come today.
Positions. He's been key to
I think
good things for United. So yeah.
Manchester United.
It's the best now.
Huh?
Manchester
Manchester United is best.
You see, you told me.
Oh.
Sousa. Tell.
You
What
told
about
me.
Arsenal?
Hmm?
What about Arsenal?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Manchester United. Huh?
Arsenal tomorrow looks Saturday.
Check it out. Check it out.
Beautifully. Perhaps the more
I
complicated
have for
pass.
people.
Always looking for
How much is over here?
I can't believe it. Wait, they keep it
Is Chelsea?
Tell.
Are you Chelsea? Huh? Man City. Man City. Check it. Manchester United.
Someone can end the game here with an offensive set piece. And maybe something decent to remember the day by.
Old.
Suma.
Old perfume.
It's over. Manchester United can come away now. Scotland and Bruno Fernandes is with it.
Hey, another third goal. Another third goal.
What's that?
What the?
And that's that. And still, Michael Carrick
Who's
is
the
not
goal?
wrong.
I can play like
Manchester
that.
United is becoming a very happy
That's
house.
why I don't believe that
Helped on
guy.
their way by Romero's dismissal.
No. The time is. Hey,
Win
no.
in the Premier League in 2026.
My
Manchester United, that is 4 wins on the spin. They are indeed
wins.
now
On the road.
in the top 4
Nobody
of the
did.
Premier League.
Big noise is the law.
All
Manchester
these
United quite possibly
When
positioning
he
themselves for a return
I
to
don't need that.
Champions League football next season. What a change in mood over the space of 4 games with Michael Carrick at the helm. Still to come today, 6 more games, 5 of them in the 10 a.m. Eastern window. And then we conclude with Newcastle Brentford. Next up for us to focus on
Arsenal,
Arsenal
Sunday,
against
Bournemouth,
Sunderland.
Aston
The
Villa,
leaders in
Not
action
Burnley, West
against
Brom.
Sunderland, who have done so well on their return to the Premier League.
Is that what you want?
Well, we hope you enjoyed the action from Old Trafford this morning.
Why
That's
did
all
you
the time
come
we've
in
got
for
here on
when you-
USA Network. But today's Premier League action is far from done. Switch over to Peacock now to join us as we build up to that Arsenal game at the top of the hour.
Then sometime, you know what? They're going for that Baba for the friend.
USA
If you know
Sports
the
is
friend
brought
getting
to you
from
by
that Baba, you went.
No, I
next
was
up
the
his
one
friend.
that know. No, it's not the I was the one that know the guy.
Yeah, but I stopped going there because it's not too much.
He's a man.
Okay.
You will be talking, talking. You are talking, you are spitting on somebody's head. Talk,
No,
talk.
but now it's different. Different. The way you give it before
Say that again.
No, you are talking somebody else. You are talking, speaking on somebody else. So I just stopped going there.
It's where?
Huh?
The barber is where?
He's a nice guy. He's a Nigerian guy. He's well.
Where? In which area? This area?
Doston.
Doston. Okay.
Talk like a woman. I don't like that kind of person.
It's Mark near for
Instead of talking.
Say you go. Don't go again there. If you want to get to come to
How much is your? Give me your bank. Give me your account.
Freeze, tan, and spa.
Money moves aren't as much as you think.
This one. Right now. This is not my account. Yeah, which one?
Both. You can put both. One is a business account, yeah? One is just a normal account.
I came here from my
We made it to save you time. Easy to put packages.
50 bucks. What's the difference? No one
Talking like a lady.
Our juicy bacon cheeseburger served on a skillet.
I didn't do beautiful job.
Too much.
No, you can see it.
The way you give me the whole thing, just like someone learning the head.
You
No, I
can't
can't
do
do
it.
it. How you can be beautiful barbers and do that job in beautiful.
13th and 20th. That's February 13th and 20th on Sci-Fi. I just said. SmackDown, February 13th and 20th on Sci-Fi.
Oh my god, I won! Guys, I just saw someone
Giving the
win
board
and
because
I
he was there. That's why he was talking a lot. He didn't do the beautiful job.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
3 o'clock. I start playing 3 o'clock.
Maybe 10.
Chelsea play 3 o'clock. I'm sure all of them.
Who would want to confess their
Arsenal
cousin?
tomorrow,
As the people at the play 3 o'clock.
I saw the
I start
letter
playing.
addressed to my mother and the return address just said T. Bundy.
I start playing 3
Dear Ted, did you really kill those girls?
From Ted Bundy.
No man is truly innocent. I mean, we all have transgressed in some way in our life.
Love, Ted Bundy. Special event February 15th on Oxygen True Crime.
Is it Marvella?
Yes. I think that one is my father's name.
Welcome to USA Network's live coverage of the 2026 Winter Olympics, where for the first time in history, the Games are co-hosted by 2 cities live as on the Olympic stage for the first time. Cortina hosted the Winter Games 70 years ago. I'm Carol Romano, and I'm happy to be back with you as we kick off a full day on the ice and snow around the Games. I want to give you a small taste of what's to come on USA Network's Italian menu today, of course, and our primo course featuring the U.S. women's hockey team, who are seeking an 8th straight medal, the 3rd gold. They're going to face off in the 2022 bronze medal in Finland. So don't know, we're going to hit the Big Air final to see what kind of tricks 17-year-old American high school student Olivia pulls up his sleeve, and then later, he is still of course, for the Italian debut of the Canadian women's hockey team, the We're going to start with an aperitivo, mixed doubles curling, and it is delicious. Round robin play underway in Cortina.
Is this a business account?
No, this is a normal account. Even that one is okay.
Britain both looking for their first medals ever in this event. Let's join that match in progress right now. Great Britain leading 4-1. Here are Jason Knapp and Kevin Martin with the call. Enjoy. We'll see you in a bit.
The last to unbeaten teams in round robin play in mixed doubles curling meeting head to head in this latest session in Cortina. Right now, Great Britain on top of the United States 4-1. So we get ready to start the second half of this 8-end game. With a win, Great Britain would lock up one of the 4 playoff spots. The United States with a victory would remain perfect and enhance its chance of getting there, but no securing of one of those 4 tickets to the medal rounds as of yet. For a drop-in partner, Corey TC, getting off to a slow start in this game. Great Britain, Jennifer Dodds, Bruce Mowat. Again, squad that finished 4th in Beijing, world champions from 2021. They came in with a little more confidence, having played earlier in this session after the stones were sandpapered to help their efficiency.
That's right. So they do change with that. After you paper the sand during the night, they come out a little bit different. And for they got to play with them earlier against Canada. Now, of course, so they've got a little bit in upper hand to start the game. But now you can see the last little bit. Team USA is comfortable now making their shots a lot like they have.
About halfway through this round robin tournament again, the U.S. had a bye in the earlier session in the morning. Great Britain was able to beat Team Canada 7-5. And again, they felt a little more comfortable at the outset of this game. Team USA settling in, and the Brits 2 with Hammer, the last shot advantage to start off the game. They stole point from Team USA in the second. U.S. got on the board first time with Hammer, taking 1, and then Great Britain forced the 1 by Team USA last end to set the scoring. So the United States will have last shot here in this 5th end. And 2 players per team. 3 play stone for each team in an end, and then the 2 teams shoot 5 rocks each end. Bruce Mowat, and one of the best on the planet, whether it's mixed doubles or men's play, with the first of his free throws in a row for Team Navy.
I think it's 20 pounds.
Want to get this freeze across the face of the yellow stone. I don't think it's going to curl enough though to get across face. It does not. See, I'm sorry, it didn't quite get there. Just a smidgen heavy. If that would have been just a little lighter weight, it would have curled enough. Just a touch heavy. Pushed been heavy a little bit with that first stone. There's a lot of ends, so it may be just a rock that's a touch quicker than his other 2.
The U.S. and Great Britain, one of 4 games going on here inside Cortina Curling Olympic Stadium. View from above, we're trapped in Massachusetts. Native now resides in Duluth, Minnesota. Where TC grew up. Partnership starting a handful of years ago. Summer 2022 became mixed doubles partners.
I'll send it.
Title at the end of their first season in 2023. Popping that red British rock off to the side. One counter nearest the button right now. Team USA again, the closest of your rocks nearest to the center than the nearest one of your foe. Those are the ones that count on each end. So 1 yellow, currently in a scoring position for the United States. Shooting numbers for these teams thus far. Jennifer Dodds perfect here 4-1 in the 5th for Team USA. As they try to work back against the Brits. Playing next for Team GB.
While we've got
a moment, let's see what Kate Dixon has for us here.
Yes,
We're just trying to get a handle on the ice right now. It's a big change from yesterday. Team GB played on it this morning. We didn't. So just trying to find our adjustments. We did not expect it to be such a big difference. We lost a lot of curls, so it's faster. So now we're up to level speed. But we've lost to the curl, so it's tough to find our offense with it being so straight. The game plan for the second half, we need point Corey to make a couple here to get his confidence going, get a juice here, try to flip the script and win the second half.
And Corey Tronkin at the Overton Clapham and the coaching staff will differentiate girl Corey, boy Corey, with them having the same first name. TC in the house. You're her with the
J'ai
phone call.
sacrifié mon peuple à cause de vous.
Trying to get this right to the top of the button.
Il appelle la France pour à Saint-Gazi. On lui dit non, on veut plus de vous.
Just barely that back rim. So that's perfect. American fans in the stands trying to run on Corey and Corey. Who's now taking on the run back. Hitting that red one out front, right on the nose. Drill it back and take out at least 2 Bruce Mallett, just like in Beijing, double duty, he and Jennifer Dodds ended up 4th in the mixed doubles competition. Mallett went on to win Olympic silver in the men's competition 4 years ago. Jennifer Dodds won gold with Eve Muirhead and the Brits. And the women's team, but just another look there, trying to make sure that was what they wanted to do.
No, yes,
Amazing, over 100 feet through a run, they're trying to hit another one. One of the best on the planet. Just inside those. Just inside. Oh, get that on those. Pretty good. Wasn't exactly perfect. Pretty good. That is why he's one of the best on the planet. So exactly. Moving Supreme is 42 pounds. Stones knocked around, jostled by a man that skipped his men's team to 2 of the last 3 world titles. Ian Dodds won world silver at the mixed doubles championships last year as well.
Chance now low with a shot rock. Being on the top of the button, a chance to draw on the side of the button. Sit 2. 21 rock to go for so this rock is making the side of the button. A chance to get at least 2. Maybe chance 3.
See the touch required there before he dropped it with William Horn and still has that tape on, dealing with all the pressure he puts on sweeping. The blisters part of the equation for a lot of great curlers at times.
Voilà, actuellement.
That's in there for second shot. The reason for that is Corey's a bit with that himself for swinging it that deep. I'd like to drop a little bit sooner. That's that hawk-to-hawk time you're talking about. 15 feet, okay. So that's substantially faster. It's around 6 feet per second, so the ice is somewhere around 9 feet keener today than yesterday. First hot line, first green line, the release point. One like a foul line in bowling where you have to let the stone go from to this next green second hot line. We're just trying to make this curl. No, to get to the nose of the yellow. Does not do it. That yellow is it's still 2 yellow? Or is it 3 yellow right now already? So the U.S. looking for some good fortune. They may have just gotten it. Kevin, we've already had 2 measurements in this game in the first 4 ends. Depending upon this stone, we may have another cut.
That's right. The side yellow to the left, as we're looking at it, the top red and the side red. But to get there, there could be another 3 more measurements.
So right now, believe to be 2 counters for Team USA. TC would like to add a 3rd right here, and maybe measure for a 4th.
Correct. This is a draw for 3. Maybe.
Monster moment in this game for Corey TC, who came in with the best shooting percentage of any player in the tournament. Did she deliver what matters most in this game to this point for Team USA?
So now it's heavy, so trying to play the red one now. Trying to get the inside of the red. Oh, no call, so that is for sure. 1, 2, 3, but both targets are close. Corey TC, still eyeballing it here. It's definitely 3. They're going to go to a measurement again. It's the Olympics. This is a lot of measuring. It's a bit unusual to have this many measurements in a curling match, but when you've got 2 teams so evenly matched, I guess this makes sense. So here we go again.
And in theory, the last 2 meetings, Kevin, for all intents and purposes, this could be for the 1 seed in the playoffs, where 1 would face C4 as opposed to 2 versus 3 when we get to the semifinal round. Yes. Correct. And again, the official just saying, hey, this is for 4th shot it is. 3 already down for Team USA. Again, number 2, the pressure gauge here. Yeah, 3 ones. Yeah. Thank you very much. So they do measure. Red is closer for 4th shot, but 3 for the United States. And we're all square at 4 after 5.
Tonight on Prime Time in the Line,
Attention WWE Universe. Hey, listen up. Friday Night SmackDown is coming to Sci-Fi for 2 weeks. You have to tell them that. Friday Night SmackDown is coming to Sci-Fi for 2 weeks. You gotta tell me. Yeah, but which date's finish? Friday Night SmackDown is coming to Sci-Fi February 13th and 20th. That's February 13th and 20th on Sci-Fi. Just
Fantastic experience for a player.
March is going to be major. The Players Championship begins live March 12th on the Golf Channel.
For four, the United States. Big three in the fifth. First rock for Corey TC. Heavy. Make that red British snow back in the house to start. And the Americans, just the second time in the first 5 games, they trailed at the scramble back after being destroyed at the halfway point. Now they've leveled things, being down 3 here at the halfway juncture against Team GB.
The game is totally changed here.
Because when I saw that bag, I thought that it's gay. That pink bag.
So they figured themselves, they're comfortable with the speed now and the and are playing much better.
The Americans joined the start for a U.S. curling team at the Olympics ever. First time an American team has won its first 4 games. Mixed doubles play, men's or women's competition, mixed doubles at the Olympics for the 3rd consecutive time, starting in Pyeongchang in 2018. Kevin, since the invention of this game, it's really caught on, and a lot of the top players who at first seemingly shied away from it have wrapped their arms around it, especially since it became an Olympic event. That's not 1 but 2 chances to win Olympic gold.
That's right. And you're right, the top players love it. There's so much action. And it's such a fast-paced discipline of curling. Now it was a perfect shot right to the top of the buzzer, completely buried. Who's taking on the straight deals? Get rid of it. Very nice. And the reason for that call, which makes perfect sense, is yellow shot, yes. Red sitting second and third. So if any of these cards are missed at all, count that yellow out and set 3. And this is kind of almost like first now it's sort of, okay, I'll peel the card. You better make yours good, or else we're gonna get 3 right back against you. So it's almost sort of baiting Team USA into, okay, better make your cards. So Corey Dropkin here needs to make a good one. This is way out there. This is not going to get the 7-8. So Doug, really half the rods are buried.
So big?
So talking about 3 quarters, so that's right there, across the top of this one, through the hole, to lie to. Your shooter is going to roll into play. The chance to lie to. Obviously, it's not easy. Exactly.
Is Mount up to the task?
It's a little thin. It's a little thin.
And missed. Challenging endeavor. Bruce Mallett can't pick it up.
Just wanted that to curl up a little bit more. The way to miss it was thin though, rather than thick, and end up leaving the dart, jamming on top of the button and taking out your back red. That would make a good. It forces team to say, again, to make a really good guard. Should be easier though for Corey Dropkin to throw this one. Because he just threw the last card, threw exactly with a little less space, and he should be just right.
The intensity for Corey
Toutes ces années,
Dropkin.
il était en Belgique. Attends, on a la church va venir les années en premier. Oui, on l'a fait avec le suivi, et tout le monde est dans le jeu. Dans un moment, on est ensemble dans le Weston avec moi, j'ai été
And exactly on center line.
il doit accepter, il doit pouvoir.
Very good. So Bruce once again is going to try the yellow on the yellow. It's far more difficult now though because of the increased distance.
Yeah. Or do you hit it?
Chat there.
Voglio
American duo with their coaches. Shooting numbers here into the sixth. Bruce Mountain, Team GB with Hammer. Trying to jump back on top of the United States. Keelan Bernard.
Esatto, viene ma come una sua mano,
So freezing. So the perfect shot is to freeze between the yellow and the red. If you freeze right to the nose of the red, Jennifer Dawes will come down and throw something really hard, hit it in the pocket, and score two. So you need to get this across the face of the red into the pocket to be safe. And if this is perfect, it's going to be a very difficult score. Very good because the ball's coming. Where TC for a drop in again. Been key for scores on their respective women's and men's teams. And Cortese will play with Team Peterson. Coming up here in Cortina. Played so many mixed doubles events this year to get ready for moments like this at the Olympics. Up to back, now there's a shot to made to get rid of both. Trying to approach it, meaning hit it right in the middle. That one goes this way. That one just misses that one. And the shooter stays. And that would be to get three right back. Now it's the risk of playing the guards. You know, that Bruce Mountain, that's what he was thinking the whole time. If something doesn't work out, we'll have a chance for three. Here it is. And that last from TC, bumping the red too much real estate now. Open there to remove these yellow stones for Jennifer Dodds and the Brits. Another monumental throw in this tight game between the last two unbeatens. Oh, didn't make it. Wow. Jam to the back. And fortunate there for the United States, the Brits just with a single point. At Hunt, we believe in the power of dreams. Only dreams can turn pursuit into a mission, passion into positive energy. Teamwork into a work. Because once you have a dream, there's no telling how far you can go. That's why Hunt is proudly supporting Team USA's Olympic and Paralympic teams.
Thanks for coming in to talk about Dud Juniors.
Of course. Third Bringers will ring and Liberty Mutual could save you hundreds for customizing your car insurance.
Why don't you come sit with us?
Oh, listen, only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty.
States in a key mixed doubles game today.
Oh, lots of action, yes, and lots of measures, and now it's a beautiful little pump and roll for 3, and that was our third measure in the game.
Yeah, only 6 ends long, and the stick has been out 3 times. Again, not a lot of separation between two teams with world championships in mixed doubles on their resume. Dodds and Mowat took the title in 2021. TC and Dropkin in 2023. Here in 2026, both trying to get to the playoffs at the Olympics. The Brits will lock up their spot in the semifinals with a win in this game. The U.S. would clearly enhance its chances of getting there. Jennifer Dodds with that hit to start. The Americans, Kevin, using their power play, so the preset stones at the start of the end moved to one side. For the U.S., hoping to induce some more offense with more of an opening in the house.
Well, that's right. Open up the middle, try to get play to the side, and score at least 2. The defensive play against the power play is to what Great Britain just did, have Jennifer Dodds up the corner guard into the rings, roll shoot out of the play. Now there's no guards. So the odds are you won't give up more than 2. So that's both ways of looking at it.
And again, the Brits with Hammer coming home in the 8th. Trying to limit the United States as much as possible here to set the table for what they'll have to work with in the final end. Here's Bruce Mowat, ready to play for Great Britain. And his shooting numbers, draws versus takeouts. Bruce Mowat releasing his next and the first of his trio stones that he'll shoot himself in the 7th end. Team GB up a point on the United States.
Hoping to play the freeze on the yellow. Looks to be just a little bit heavy for that. Not too bad. Coming in front of the yellow.
Yes, Mr. Gila. How are you, sir? How are you, sir? Mr. Gila. Mr. Gila. I want to ask for me.
No, fine.
One thing about curling, when you're deciding the strategy call, when there's somebody in the hack that sees something, you can see it, you can feel it. And Corey, that's a really hard shot, and it is a really hard shot. But Corey dropped it, you can see it, so he's going, no, I can make this shot. So he's trying to put a freeze across the face of their only yellow. The triple's not there.
Huh?
Getting rid of all 3 yellows, one shot.
Obanga soite na umona na video ya Basta la grâce. C'est bon, j'ai fini. Attends, je pense que c'est mignon ça fait. Oh là, on l'a vu dans le dialogue.
Dialogue est possible.
Non, dialogue n'est pas.
Un homme de organiser des lots. Comment sont organisés?
Les prêtres qui vont organiser.
Quel prêtre?
C'est pas vous?
Quel prêtre?
Mais ce sont les prêtres d'Amon.
Ah, c'est pourquoi? Pourquoi il n'a pas de signes?
C'est ça, je veux voir. Allez, faites vos dialogues avec les gens des motos.
Encore pour les gens qui ont mais voyez ici, il y a un autre qui va adapter. Et puis, on s'en rend compte que vous allez faire la soirée, les cabines, les fait tuer les gens.
À l'époque, quand vous êtes parti au centre City,
ça c'était
à l'époque, ces gens-là, ils
non. Centre City, c'était fait organiser par tous ces gens-là.
Non. Je la question,
vous aurez donné quoi?
Oh, petit non technocrate au moins. Ah! Ils sont nationalistes.
Let me go to only shape of your piece. Yeah? Give me like 20 minutes. Let's I'll need to watch it. And we can't see what you want to know.
Oh, God.
Didn't like the colour combo there.
Sadiki.
Let's see if that brings the best out of him. Like I say, he was really good, really effective last week. Thumping 4-0 win at Ellen Road again, in which I think the title rivals would have perhaps expected Arsenal to have had more difficult of a day, but it was a perfect away performance from them. It's Robbie, and this is the kind of role that he's going to have to play all through the afternoon, getting in the tangle with Saliba, and it's a free kick which is ruled in Arsenal's favour.
That's a great battle. Really good battle to keep your eye on this afternoon. Those two, in those kind of situations, wins the foul this time, Saliba, but it could have gone either way there. Probably desperate to get his body in, but couldn't quite muscle him out of the way.
His Declan Rice, who last weekend played his 300th Premier League game already, the youngest player to reach that landmark. Works it out to the far side. Trossard in possession, leaping his way in field. Arsenal got plenty in the penalty area here as the cross comes in. Gets something on it. Timber helps it back towards goal. They're a strong, imposing defensive unit. Sunderland have Ronaldo looking to just watch that one out of play. Just to point back to that defeat against Manchester United a couple of weeks ago, as much was made of it. A couple of wonder goals from Manchester United, but do you feel maybe it actually did Arsenal a favour? That kind of came relatively early before the real run-in starts, and maybe now Arsenal are just starting to embrace what they have in front of them and relishing the fact that they are the favourites to win the title.
Yeah, I think Mikel Arteta would have took a lot from that. They would be using that in a lot of what he's done since. But you're right, it was an uncharacteristic mistake and two brilliant finishes. So when you look at it that way, it was United's day for sure. Arsenal didn't do massive amounts wrong.
As he looks to flip it on, Ronaldo clears it up towards Broadby, and that physical battle between he and Saliba goes on once again. Don't look how Calvert-Lewin forward of penalties will really struggled to get anything out of the Arsenal centre halves at Leeds last week. It's Calafiori into the starting lineup today. Mendy was the target there, but pass doesn't reach him. Diarra someone back on the ball in the run of games now. He's in possession once again. Bannon, Arsenal player of course, just has his bearings wrong there as he sends that one out of play. Bannon really does embody what Sunderland's all about, and he's really imposing character.
Yeah, I think his personality on the pitch is big. He's a big frame, he relishes the physicality of the game and tries to use that to his advantage whenever he can.
such a big part in their promotion. That brilliant goal in the playoff semi-final so late against Coventry. It's been a fabulous journey that Sunderland have found themselves on this season. They pull back for the earlier challenge. Today's referee, Sam Barrett.
Calafiore just coming in a little bit late here to win the ball. Catches the back of Hugh.
Successful start for Trey Hume, who has started all but 2 Premier League games this season. So this is strength for Sunderland, and it might just be their best route to goal here this afternoon. Can they conjure up from this situation? Forwards and Brea has a long look at it. He doesn't get there. Robbie looking to pounce, and he's so nearly made the most of that situation. Worrying moment early in the game for Arsenal. Brea just a little bit of a misjudgment. Here's Ballard, heavy touch, but he manages to push the ball through. But now Arsenal back in possession with Calafiore.
That was a great reaction from Kai Havertz in that moment. What an instinct to show in front of goal. He was the one blocking that on the line. David Raya coming for the ball, and he tried to claim it with 2 hands, but he gets the ball, but as he comes down, it gets bumped out of his hands by Ballard's head. But just watch Kai Havertz here. The moment the goalkeeper drops it, that reaction to get back in is brilliant. Super block. Might have been going wide, but nonetheless, great reaction.
Right there from Kai Havertz. He wasn't to know that one wasn't on target. Right, such a good season. 4 clean sheets, 3 more clean sheets than any other goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. Just been an early wake-up call for him.
It's a tough one. As he got 2 hands on it, had the height, and as he's coming down, the ball bunch round on top of Ballard's head and knocked it straight out of his hands.
So good here at home this season. 16 victories in 19 games. The only teams that have took something here, Manchester City and Liverpool with draws, and through Manchester United that we mentioned. This will be a tough one, you feel, for them here today. Sunderland side who begin the weekend in 8th position. Siddiqui finds himself surrounded. Timber scrapping away now the fate. Talby's lovely goal on Monday night in off the crossbar. He's chipped in with some big goals away from home as well. He got the winner at Stamford Bridge in September. Scored at Anfield as well.
That game at Stamford Bridge was really where Brian Robbie kind of arrived and showed his strength, his hold-up play, having come out on the pitch on that game. It was pretty spectacular, and it was Talby who benefited, but it's not just about goals with this guy. It's also about the ability in the opposition box just to pin defenders and have players running off him. He really does invite that little roll pass into his feet, and then it's up to him.
It's been a shrewd signing from Sunderland, and they've picked plenty of them since they returned back to the Premier League stage. Such a busy summer that they had, and there's question marks as to whether their approach to bring so many players through the ball would be a wise one. It's proven to be the case. Comfortable, you have to say, as well, something 2 minutes into the game. So you would expect that from the side which have had such a good season.
It's been very spotty for Sunderland. They've been very solid, coped with what Arsenal have thrown at them and have plenty of the ball themselves.
Just backing into Saliba there, and it was a clear infringement. Free kick goes Arsenal's way.
The difference of Arsenal this season as well is the fact that they're happy not to have the ball. They really are. You look at the possession stats in most of their games, they're not desperate to have a lion's share of it. It's about what they do with it. They're happy to defend as a unit and then just get the set play or good piece of quality in wide area and score a goal. They're not obsessed with possession.
So far through the course of the Premier League season, Sunderland the 4th lowest average possession, Arsenal the 3rd highest, so that can give you an idea of will be shared, you would feel, this afternoon, saying, of course, we need to absorb pressure and to sit deep and to try and create new balance here.
Yeah, that's all part of it.
Making the first ball is really good one from him. He's looking for Gabriel Jesus on the red tape. Picture inside his penalty area as Sunderland managed to get the ball out of harm's way, and now it could be even better for them. A heavy touch allows Declan Rice to move up. He does so well and step in and win possession back for Arsenal.
That's a promising attack, but just far too long on the ball.
Madueke, one-on-one situation, he's still going. Madueke tries to get a shot away. Deciding to try and just launch things up for them. Just slap it up towards halfway and look for the target of Brian Brobby, and the battle ensues between both he and Saliba. The game allowed to go on by the referee, so plenty going appears in that battle between the two. Zubimendi down on the turf right now, just got back up to his feet.
Saliba letting Brobby know that he's not going to bully him this afternoon. He's really holding his ground really well, the Arsenal centre-back.
Declan Rice with the switch of play onto the thigh of Madueke. Timber. Zubimendi. Zubimendi once again. Zubimendi who got the opening goal at Ellen Road last week. The goal-based header. His Premier League goal of the season is Rice. For Saliba. Just drop on through to Madueke, who's just on his heels a little bit.
Quite ready for it, was he? It's the difference, those little moments for Madueke where he's got to come to life. That was a key moment for him there. Just as you said, on his heels, but expecting the pass.
Just going to run a few games now. Madueke, the second, just a couple of weeks away from the return injury hit in the warm-up last week.
It's an important role that he's playing, is it? Because the play every game we've seen now. He's tried to do that. He did that for a couple of seasons. I think he missed a game or something, like 80 odd matches. He's had his injury troubles lately. Madueke figuring on that right-hand side to fill the boots of Bukayo Saka.
They spent plenty of money, haven't they, Arsenal? They built up surely the best squad in the Premier League right now. The strength in depth. Arteta in these kind of times of the season, the games are coming thick and fast, the time when that squad can be utilised. That's what we've played every midweek so far in 2026. In action as well in midweek with another round of Premier League games.
And that's not us, isn't it? Every week this year we've had a midweek game. That's a lot of matches. The mental tiredness is probably more than the physical, if I'm honest. I think it mentally takes it more out of you.
Of those two Champions League games in January, they don't help that at least Arsenal have avoided playing two games in the playoff round. It's part of the group phase campaign in which they topped the Champions League. Neatly worked here by Sunderland, and now room to advance for with Diarra. 18 in the mid-box. Three Sunderland players in the box as the cross comes in. Gabriel with good distance on his header away. Challenge comes in, it's a well-timed challenge by Kai Havertz. Trossard though, be beaten to it by Ballard, who really could have gone down to get a free kick, but opts to stay on his feet instead.
Ballard started really well, great pass, breaking the line to release Sunderland then, and then he's just alert to those clearances out. He's enjoying the opening 15 minutes of this game.
To put in a performance today at a club that he knows so well. Siddiqui. Dozen Sunderland players that were absent while AFCON was taking place. It really did test the capabilities of Regis and Greece's side, but as I mentioned, they come into play 8th place in the table and push for Europe was certainly on for them now.
Yeah, 100%. Why not? The objective would have been survival. That's pretty much been completed. Now what can they do? And you can do it in a relaxed manner. I've seen them start this game in a very confident manner, I have to say.
Settled into the environment well, haven't they? They've not been disturbed by the task of taking on the league leaders. Chance to advance over on the far side with a good piece of play. do. Some tough years, supporters of Sunderland. It's been a journey that they've been on, fighting their way up to the Premier League. Champagne moment, Spain, promotion at Wembley. Declan Rice looking to cross, dangerous ball in. Ballard heads it away, only as far as Calafiori. Havertz looking to take a touch. Heather doesn't get the ball too far away, and it's picked up upon by Jurien Timber. Backs himself in the tight confines on the edge of the box, but it just doesn't quite work out for him this time.
Quite drop with it to an Arsenal player. Good header out from Ballard, and then just dealt with the ball in the box, got the toe, and it was Ronaldo just towed it away.
Really lovely goal last week at Ellen Road. Gabriel Jesus after coming off the bench. As you can see, Arsenal with a grip of possession as we would expect here this afternoon. 66% of it so far, but Sunderland would have come here knowing that was likely to be the case. Unable to bring it in, and there's a few words for the referee as well, who tells him to just get on with it. Trossard tight to the touchline. Missed up by Trey Hugh, but he skips past him so easily. The cross comes in, flicked away, but only as far as okay. He picks somebody out here, he clips it in. It's nice and straightforward for Robbie Roofs.
This is where his quality needs to be a little bit better there. Madueke. Good play from Trossard, gets that half yard, dinks it in. Sunderland with players in the box. Ronaldo nice and tucked in, but this moment here, that ball there has to be better. It's got to be cut back and flighted better than that.
No, today is no one.
Saturday. Saturday, post office, they close 4 o'clock, isn't it?
The lack of opportunity you may well get in this game. I think it's interesting that Mikel Arteta's gone with Gabriel Jesus today.
12, no, not 12.
He is probably the striker that is more adapt to those moments in the 6-yard box than Victor Gyökeres, who's more of a runner in the channel. He's gone with Gabriel Jesus, I think, just for that awareness in the box and that ability to create something out of nothing, which may well be the difference in this game.
I think so. Last week, didn't we? A little bit further out, tight on the edge of the box, and he's just worked his feet so well. Fantastic strike.
It was almost, he could defend it. It was that good a play.
Let
What
me
he did.
check it.
I just think Gyökeres isn't that player. He'll really work the channels for you and he'll play his role, but this guy's got a little bit something unpredictable and special in the box.
Been away for a while as well, hasn't he, Gabriel? He made his first Premier League start since January 2025 in that game against Manchester United. Really was a short showing a week ago at Ellen Road. Very little away, and the threat that we know they always are on set pieces, but there were some really nice moments in open play as well from Mikel Arteta's side. Bodies forward here as Alderete assesses his options. He's held up by Trossard and he's happy to go back to Trey Hugh. Swings in the crosses, dealt with by Saliba, and Sunderland will now have an opportunity. And what you would surely expect to be a Moody long throw. And he's shown plenty of times this season that this is a real weapon at Sunderland's disposal.
They will throw this directly into the box as Hugh with the ball. Test Arsenal here. I mean, they're crossing it from deep as well, Sunderland. Hugh there, the cross to win this throw in. It's really deep position.
They outfoxed me because I thought it would be Mukiele. Yeah, I was going to send me too. But it's going to be Trey Hugh. Here comes the throw, and it's dealt with by Gabriel. That first contact so important in those situations. Wants to go back to Robin Roofs for a season he's had, by the way, since coming to Sunderland in the summer. His long ball forward, just got a bit too much legs on. Calmly into Alderete. Sunderland with the fourth worst away record in the Premier League this season. They've only scored 6 goals away from the Stadium of Light as well. Only Wolves have scored fewer. Mendy, pressure was coming from Diarra, but he managed to pop it off to Declan Rice, who helps it along. Jesus. Space for Mendy on the edge of the box. Can he get a strike away? He's quickly crowded out. He finds Rice. Rice into Havertz, just bunks off the Arsenal man. Delivery of death, and that could have gone anywhere. Off Trey Hugh, huge relief for him as that one goes behind.
For a moment there, we're going to see a top corner finish here from Trey Hugh. That could easily go in the back of the net. That is a proper miscue. Decent ball in from Malaweki. Nice flight on the cross.
Arteta knows it as well, but now corner for Arsenal, and we know just how good they are in these situations. It's their first of the game after crossing the midway point in the first half. Of course, sent in a corner to the near post last week, which caused so much confusion that Dalo pretty much punched it into his own net, even though he was credited with the goal. Shipped towards the front post now. The delivery is deep and it's nipped away by Roots. He could have left it, but didn't know that there were no Arsenal players behind him, so they'll get to have another go now on the other side, and across goes Declan Rice.
I think teams are on such high alert in these set plays. They take no risks. Roots, like you say, could have maybe left that, but wasn't too sure. They're better off dealing with the ball and then question it afterwards.
Much has been made, hasn't it, in recent weeks about the number of own goals which have gone in Arsenal's favour, but playing a part in that is the suspense that you build up in these situations, the fear of defending these scenarios leads to mistakes. Slightly different setup from Arsenal this time as Rice prepares to whip it in, headed away by Ballard in front of his keeper. Trossard with the first time effort. Scampering into the Sunderland half to beat the ball to Declan Rice. He's just bumped away from goal and towards halfway a little. Stayed forward, shorting his way across the edge of the penalty area now as Madueke picks up possession. Twisting, turning with 2 for company as well. Can he find a way out? Tim. Madueke. Clever ball to release Mendy. He looks to put in a low ball to the front post, and he'll get the ball back his way as well. In comes another cross. It's Ballard who nods it down to Brian Brobby. And guess who's all over the back of him? William Saliba. He manages to find way out and Sunderland now. More room to work something here. Played up the line to find Diarra, who manages to flick it away from Saliba, who's going to be in trouble here. The referee immediately reaches into his pocket to produce a yellow card.
Well, it's great play from Sunderland, really. They were massively under pressure right from being in their own box, but just got the passes off, got control of the ball, fed it up the line, and it's a problem for Saliba this one. And he's in such a battle with Brian Robbie. He's now in the yellow card. He's just got to adapt how tight he gets from now on, because he can't afford to pull him down.
A piece of skill as well, wasn't it? It was Diarra. His first start since September in the win on Monday night against Burnley. As a substitute in. It was a really disappointing defeat for Sunderland. Previous away game at West Ham. It's their poorest performance of the season. Tactic despite Hamilton was really down at half-time. First game, of course, without Granit Xhaka. Trey Hugh whips in the free kick, testing delivery, ball bouncing around, and Correa comes out and losing those situations back. That's a great kick from Correa as well. Distribution, such a good part of the Correa's particularly the slickest to use the way that Arsenal can play. On the far side, and it's a decision which goes Sunderland's way.
Non, mais pas ça, mais
That's a great
il
cover
peut même pas
from right
prendre
elbow.
cette
A great spot for him to release that ball. The accuracy nearly put him through Sunderland. As I said today, Sunderland put some big balls into the box. They win first contact with Arsenal. And Mendy's really alive to the second, but that's great distribution. Put Sunderland on the back foot from an attacking situation.
È il tribunale locale. Tribunale va buona anche lui a qua.
Jesus finds himself crowded out. Sunderland to deal with the pressure once again. They've got to play it down right now. The game is going to have to be paused here by Sam Barrett. Yeah, it's just a left elbow. She's got the fade right in the side of the chin, but he's just jumping, protecting himself as you'd expect a player to jump, really. I don't think there's any kind of movement of the elbow into his face. It's just an unfortunate connection. Natural movement of the arm, isn't it? I mean, he does play like that, and I see him catch people a lot. You know, he certainly sharpens the forearms before a game sometimes, and can lead into challenges with that arm, but I think that one, perfectly understandable where his arms are. Players just taking the opportunity to take on board some fluid and get some instruction as well down below us. Return today to the Emirates for Granit Xhaka, his former Arsenal captain. It wasn't always plain sailing for him here, of course, but my word, has he been a wonderful signing that Sunderland made in the summer. And just agrees, says, as to does Mikel Arteta, that should he choose to do so, they feel he will go on to be a very good manager as well.
Would you say he's one of the players that you've not seen a player turn things around as well as what he did at the club, where it looked like he was doomed at Arsenal at one point, with the red card and his relationship with the supporters and all of that going on? To come back from that and go on to play the matches he has in his career, just testament to him, really.
He said in an interview before the reverse fixture, he remembers the look in the eyes of some of the Arsenal fans. I think it was Crystal Palace that game when he walked off.
Dark times for him, really dark times for him. To come back and still be a success story at this club. And the clubs that you've got to play that, you know. Good on him.
Magnificent by Leverkusen team. Sunderland being well in the summer club. It wasn't too far away, but we've seen him hit some worldies before, haven't we? He took it upon himself to have a go there.
I'm keen to see how close this was. I thought it was in from my position. He strikes it beautifully. Fizzes past the upright. This is a great angle. Not far. 3 inches maybe. And it was on. Just that little bit of space. It was right there. Sunderland didn't get out quick enough. He nearly took advantage.
The crowd here who have just seen the replay on the big screens at the for Arsenal and found out he's going to be out for possibly 4 months, perhaps the rest of the season. Really actually picked up. Something out with the free kick in a really promising position here.
It's a bit fortunate the yellow card hasn't come out there. Arms are on the player. He's clumsy from behind holding. Yellow card's given for that.
Escapes any punishment there, Ricardo Calafiori, apart from the awarding of the free kick. And it's another situation in which Sunderland can cause some concern here. They've certainly done that from such scenarios through the opening half an hour of this game.
They've probably been the bigger threat from the set plays, you'd say, Sunderland, in terms of these kind of positions and balls into the box. They're really asking big questions of Arsenal, how they defend this.
Sunderland's turn to just take their time over such a situation and just build up a bit of suspense and anticipation. Sent in by Trey Hume, it's flicked away. Kieli just sending in a cross, just took a nick on its way into the penalty area. Looking hard, Sunderland out of possession, but the free kick given away for the challenge on Timber.
He's been everywhere, Lafay, getting after the ball, he's covering the wide players, he's in the middle of the park, he's pressing, really covering a lot of ground so far.
Pretty good job so far, Sunderland, of stifling Arsenal in open play. Trossard looks to cross and it's turned behind for a corner. They can't get you from open play, and they certainly can from these situations.
Yeah, I think he's got the beating of Hugh on the outside. Leandro Trossard has done it 2 or 3 times already. He just slows him down. Looks like he could go inside and then goes down the outside on his left foot. Worst case scenario, he wins a corner.
Talking, won't we, about Trossard before the game. Most of them got goal involvements for Arsenal this season, but it's the defensive work that he's put in as well that's seen him become a more prominent player for Mikel Arteta. As the players begin at the back post, as is often the way. Movement comes as Rice sends one in, high delivery, punched by Roos with no real distance on it, fired towards goal by Trossard, claims for a handball.
Straight into Madueke, wasn't it, that?
What time is
Good volley as well from Trossard, caught it
What
really
time
clean.
is it?
Flush connection from Leandro Trossard, but
Yeah, I said what time is it?
stopped on its way to goal by Madueke.
No,
Trossard
I'm
in
waiting
possession
for
once again.
somebody now. You can come
Swept out to find Gabriel
If you
Jesus.
let
There we
it
are,
come,
waiting in the middle.
I'll
Jesus
let
just curls one towards goal. Robin Roos had to make sure that that one
I'll
didn't
let
get
you
away
know.
from him.
Yeah, thank you.
It's an assured piece of handling. The Sunderland keeper, very rarely do you see him
Like
make a
what?
mistake in these situations. Something that bounces right in front of him.
I've got an appointment, but I'm not sure if that guy will come. I'm not sure. Okay, cut down.
I said in the week after reaching the Carabao Cup final that it was the best vitamins that they could put into their bodies.
Sorry. I'm
Like
making
the
a
works
mistake. What
of
time is it now?
moments like that.
Now is what time is it now? Is
Energy and everything that was going on inside this stadium on
2:30?
Tuesday
Okay,
night.
yeah. That time is okay. It's 5:30, yeah?
Possession turned over, but it's not too far in front of Harris.
Yeah, you can come now. Come.
Just hasn't been right going through, has it, from Arsenal? Got into any rhythm where they're suffocating Sunderland, pinning them in. A few misplaced passes.
Just over 10 minutes to go until half time, and I feel that the game plan is working very well. The visiting side didn't too much away. It's probably fair to say, Matt, that it is the kind of game that we expected it to be here this afternoon. Just turning into a bit of trouble, the pressure from Robbie. Distribution so often right, but that one skips all the way through to Robbie Bruce.
Sunderland going all the way in, being brave, really brave. Pressing high, not allowing David Raya the option to get a pass off in and around the 18-yard box and play out. Again, another indicator that this Sunderland team has settled into this game nicely.
Just a reset that Sunderland have to show the best version of themselves here today. Come to the Emirates with the underdog mindset. Strong on their key pillars.
At the moment, are they?
They're really impressive so far. This team is playing at a huge level and standing so far this season. It's a tough challenge for us, an exciting challenge, and of course they revelled in the challenge at the Stadium of Light 3 months ago. Interesting words from him as well when he said that you have to go and try and get results and believe that you can get results against the top sides, because there are points to be picked up. You can't just set up your season thinking that you can get points against the teams in the bottom half, and they've shown that with the win at Chelsea, the draw against Arsenal at the Stadium of Light. And they really do have that physicality, athleticism.
Yeah, and it really helps to have that here. Shown that in every instance of this game so far. Certainly with defending set plays and attacking the ball.
Set piece team. Particularly defensively. Free kick coming. Sambara moving Gabriel Jesus to his feet. Sends it long. Beyond Saliba, it's Ronaldo. Can he make something happen here? He's done really well, Saliba, of course, mindful of the fact he's already on a yellow card and Sunderland have themselves a corner here.
That's brilliant from Ronaldo, really is. The way he uses his body, holds him off, and this little chop here through the legs, gets the other side. I mean, Saliba's fortunate, just catches his foot on the cutback.
First corner of the afternoon for the visitors, so will they make the most of it? Scored too many from corners this season, a couple of goals for them in the Premier League. Body. The near post for Sunderland inside the penalty area. Corner comes in, that break gets knocked out of his stride again, and it takes him 4 attempts to take that one in, and then he feels that he was prevented. Arsenal on the front foot, yellow card comes out from Sambara. Diarra has his name taken.
Well, Sambara right on top of it, but David Ray there, 3, 4, 5 attempts to grab hold of the ball, and then clear foul right in front of the referee. But that just shows you the mentality of him knowing the quality of distribution there is so good that he's got to disrupt it and happy to take the yellow card.
We have here at the Emirates. Nice trot back to himself as a passing option.
Look at Sunderland, all the way 4 players back really high up, making Arsenal kick it long.
Robbie with the challenge, and he emerges with the ball as well. Now Toby play is going to be pulled back though. Zubamendi down on the turf.
Yeah, it's just a clash of shins, or maybe the foot of Robbie just lands on the top of Zubamendi here.
Shown a yellow card, Brian Robbie. Right foot high and catching the shin of Zubamendi.
Yeah, I mean, it does catch the shin. It's a little bit high. I think it's harsh for a yellow card, not because of the contact point's poor, but they're both just going for the ball. It's a bouncing ball, it's a tough one to judge. No intention there at all from Robbie, but he does catch Zubamendi.
VAR have just done what they always do, of course, and just skip through the angles, and they've confirmed that they feel that a yellow card is the correct decision.
That's a pretty obvious outcome for me, isn't it? Never anywhere near reaching a red card at all.
Final 5 minutes of the first half here as the rain falls at the Emirates Stadium. Feels like it's been raining for about 300 days now in London.
It really does.
Zubamendi clips one up towards the edge of the box and skip through to Robin Roos.
These are the games where you've got to find something. You've got to find a spark. Arsenal playing, you mentioned every big week this year they've had a game. You've now mentally got to find some piece of creativity to break this Sunderland team down. That's the challenge for Arsenal. Can they produce that?
Come here to be dogged and determined and to frustrate Arsenal, and the plan is working so far this afternoon. Trosser. Cross and a chance to strike from the edge of the box, and Arsenal do have their breakthrough. And just like last week at Ellen Road, it is Martin Zubamendi who sets Arsenal on their way. Sunderland Arsenal find a way. It was a sumptuous strike as well from Martin Zubimendi, who grabs his 5th Premier League goal of the season.
They have to win this season, otherwise Man United they are coming for them.
Huge goal
Yeah,
for
Man
Arsenal
United
in
they are stronger
a game
now.
that was proven
Listen, we
very
know you have
challenging.
said that manager for a long
Instead
time.
about finding something a little bit special, well, here it is. Lets the ball roll
This
across
team,
his body, and that is
our team, our
such a
team,
good strike
our
hit
team,
from
they can
Zubimendi.
win.
He doesn't just lash it, that's real control and guiding that ball into the near post. It's absolutely extraordinary. It had to be to beat the goalkeeper in the form of Roofs off the near side post into the far corner. What a finish that is. Brilliant moment from Zubimendi. Magnificent technique from Martin Zubimendi as he fizzes it in off the post, out of the reach of Robin Roofs. And for Sunderland, who have done so much right in this first half, they now find themselves behind. Arsenal able to prize away in front here at the Emirates. Now seeking a second in no time at all. Gabriel Jesus is away. Can he finish? He looks to go around Robin Roofs. The challenge. Referee points to the spot, but now the offside flag goes up. Well, it looked as if it would be close. Sunderland have a reprieve. A penalty initially awarded, but up goes the assistant's flag. Yeah, it felt offside. I mean, here's a good shout. The lean there, Gabriel Jesus' right shoulder. And it's obviously all going to be checked, but from that freeze frame, it does look like he's marginally offside. And then it does go a bit wrong for Sunderland. I mean, Ballard there, that's a clumsy challenge, and the referee would have a big decision to make at that point, but I think the offside will get it out of jail. It's a challenge of desperation, wasn't it, from Dan Ballard as Eldon tangled for Sunderland at the back. Again, could have potentially been out of reach there.
Oh,
Sunderland had Gabriel Jesus stayed on side and made the most of that situation, or the penalty being awarded. Confirmation from Stockley Park there. Jesus
That guy sent somebody to
into
check it.
Emerson
No,
slightly
he said no,
offside position. Yeah, it's risky. It's right on the halfway line. I mean, they're literally playing with the halfway line.
otherwise,
Reinildo comes all the way up. Lovely spot here from Havertz to see the run, but just that lead. And there you see the automated pictures. That upper body torso, the lean is just enough from the foot of Reinildo. You can see Gabriel Jesus there desperately slamming on the brakes to try and stay in his own half, but this the moment which put Arsenal into the lead. Fabulous strike. To hit this first time across your body, it has to be controlled and measured, and the technique is absolutely superb. It really is. To get that kind of control, brilliant play from Zubimendi. Did come after a period of pressure in the game. 5 successive shots in the match, all coming from Arsenal before they made that breakthrough. Sunderland, you feel now, having done so well, just need to get to half-time. No worse off than they find themselves now. 4 minutes are going to be added on at the end of this first half as Arsenal sense one here. They're trying to ride the challenges, but play has been pulled back. I mean, it isn't a game where Sunderland deserve to be behind at all in this match, but they find themselves after a bit of brilliance. Madueke just giving away a free kick there. Both players with arms out, competing for the ball is what you want to see. Madueke penalised there. That goal perhaps just makes the half-time team talk a touch easier for Mikel